Hey, Doug Epstein for Vegas Pro Insiders Daily, and today is June the 22nd, the second day of summer, which means that we're going down? Or summer just starting? Or now the days get shorter? Well, I think you know what the answer to that one is. It was like 113 here yesterday in Phoenix. So I was in Sedona. It was plenty warm there, though. 103, 4, 5 degrees, whatever it was. Plenty warm. But you know what? It was beautiful. It was great. Okay, there with my wife. Everything was perfect. Okay, how things played out. And speaking of things that are very good, you can become a VPID member. It's easy. Okay, if you're just not sure, you're watching these videos. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? $7, 7 days. Try it out. See what you think. Minimum investment, $1 per day. You can make your own decision based on that. So I'm gonna leave you with that for this weekend. It doesn't get any simpler than that. All right, let's get to some free plays. We have a total of 5 to start with for Friday, plus 2 series wagers for a grand total of 7. So we got a lot of free plays for you today. So let's get to them, shall we? Chicago Cubs are at Cincinnati. Last night the Cubs lost 6-2, blowing a 2-0 lead against the Reds, giving up 6 runs. I believe it was in the 6th inning. And so it's game 2. And right now, some bettors, not enough, but certainly influential bettors, are moving this line as the Reds have dropped from they opened at plus 145 and they're down to plus 130 against Cincinnati. And along with it, they took the total down from 9 to 8.5. I'm not sure that's going to be the wisest decision. Jose Quintana, who has been, basically, often unreliable against or for the Cubs. In this situation, he has pitched very well against Cincinnati in 3 shots in his career, 2.70 ERA. The Cubs have won all 3 times. He's going up against Luis Castillo for Cincinnati. Now, I understand why some bettors might be influenced by the Reds. They've won 7 of the last 9, including 4 in a row. And Luis Castillo is going to pitch for them tonight. But Luis Castillo, last year he was in the 97 to 100 range for his fastball. This year he's infrequently gotten to 95, and more often than not is in the 93 to 94 range. And his ERA has shot up from 3.12 up to 5.77. So I'm looking at this game. I think the Cubs are the play. And despite the pretty interesting line move, the 88% of bettors are actually on the Cubs. On the total, I'm looking at Quintana on the road, 18-6 under. That's the direction I'm going to go on that one. Next up, in more National League action, Miami at Colorado. Now, in this one, total has gone from 11.5 down to 11. Here's what I don't understand. Both starting pitchers in this game have ERAs approaching 6. Okay? Not very good. Colorado and Miami are the 2 worst bullpens in the National League based on ERA. Okay? Also very bad news. Why would you consider taking the under on this game? I'm not. I'm looking at Miami. They're 21-8 over if they have gone exactly 2 games without hitting a home run, which obviously they have. And this month alone, Colorado has been a disaster in terms of pitching. Hitting's been pretty good. 16-3 over. I like the over for sure on this one. Next, a really good matchup. Thought the last series was going to be better for Seattle, but Seattle's at Boston, and they're in the midst of what has to be considered their toughest scheduling stretch of the season. They home to Boston, at the New York Yankees, at the Boston Red Sox. Whew, that's tough. No doubt about that. That's brutal. And they've lost 4 in a row, Seattle has. So that isn't set up well yet. They have gone from plus 145 to under plus 130, depending on the sports books. I've seen some 129s, I've seen some 126s, so a variety, but all in that general range. And the game, like I said, is going to be at Fenway Park. Now the pitching matchup, it's as I wrote on the website, it's bizarro world. Okay, you got Wade LeBlanc. Okay, yeah, that Wade LeBlanc going against knuckleballer Stephen Wright. Now both guys are pitching fantastic so far this year. LeBlanc has an ERA of 263 and Wright's at 1.23, and he's been even better as a starter than as a reliever. So both guys are arguably, I don't think there's much to argue, but truthfully, both are in the pitching as well as they ever had in a concentrated area in their career. So they've been fantastic. Last week they faced each other. Seattle won 1-0. Both guys pitched great. Okay, so looking at this game, even though Seattle certainly doesn't look like the right play because of how they've been going, if they're off a 1-run loss this season, 9-0 in their next game, just a lean with Seattle. Okay, on that one. Let's talk a little CFL football. Okay, Edmonton is at Hamilton. That's going to be the late game tonight, and that's going to be on ESPN Plus if you are a subscription member. The total on this game opened at 55, went to 57, and has settled back at 56. Now, last year, in both games when these teams played, both games ended up being overs, and I think there's a very good possibility that could happen again. Yes, I do realize the Hamilton Tiger Cats only scored 14 points last week, but they did have 389 yards of offense. Edmonton had a big scoring game last week. They won 33-32. I'm going to stick with the over, and also like the fact that Edmonton, if they are off a game in which the outcome, off a win, that was where they won by 3 or less points, when they're at home in their next game, 16-6 over. That's what I have for free picks there. If you'd like, you can go to the Vegas Pro Insiders Daily website. You can check out my free picks on series betting. One is the Los Angeles Dodgers against the New York Mets. That's one of them. And the other series I'm looking at is Philadelphia and the Washington Nationals. So, hey, this is Doug Upstone, Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. Have a terrific weekend. I expect to. And so I want you to do the same. Good luck with all your picks this weekend. Hopefully this helps you get off to a good start on Friday. As of right now, Doug Upstone and Vegas Pro Insider Daily is